What's going on, everyone? This is your man Ant, and welcome to the Crypto Fix, presented by btminers, your place for everything crypto. Before we jump into this interview, I have to let you know what's going on in the btminers. When I say your place for everything crypto, I mean your place for everything crypto, from mining repair service, from hosting facilities. Also, we have a new app available. That's right, we have a new app available now on Google Play Store and the App Store, with crazy features from earning calculators, market cap, pool ranking, mining ranking, with new features added on throughout the time. Also, we do have a Christmas sale coming up. Stay tuned for that. Follow us on social media. All the links will be down in the description. So, my special guest, the man, the myth, the legend, CEO and founder of btminers, KC Tang. Clap it up. Clap it up. So you hear clapping in the back. This is the rest of the btminers fans. That's my man Johnny and Lena back there.
Hi.
Hi.
You say hi, but you can't see them. So if you hear people asking questions, that's what the questions be coming for. This is what you're going to be hearing. So KC, been a long way. You're
Yes.
finally here.
Yes, finally got here. Finally have. I'm glad to be here.
That's if you want to make this comfortable for you as much as possible. So, the dying question: how did you get into crypto? How did you meet? What was that first initial step in investing into Bitcoin?
I heard about like Bitcoin when it was 2013 when a lot of medias are reporting Bitcoins and they also reported some guys bought pizza with Bitcoin.
Yes, I remember. Pizza guy.
Yeah, at that time I was thinking it was just like some currencies in the video game. It's not safe. Somebody can easily hack into it. But I still tried a little bit, very little bit. And at that time I just leave it there. And then after in 2017, the Bitcoin price going up again. It's the second booming. I started realizing there must be something special with Bitcoin because after 4 years passed, Bitcoin. I mean, there are not that much of a hacking thing happening in Bitcoin. So I decided to really look into the white paper. I really get fascinated, and I decide to jump a little bit more. And that happened when my parents gave me some money for. I was got married at that time, but and my parents gave me some money to try buy a house. I was in Florida at that time, and we were thinking of buying a house in Florida, but at that time my marriage didn't go well, so we decided to hold up a little bit, and I was thinking of using part of that money to invest in Bitcoin. For a long time, after I jumped into the Bitcoin, spend that money on Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin started dying down. And for a long time, I was losing money for that part. And after that, I also going through a lot of things with my life. I get divorced and go back to China and get a new job and get into a new environment and this and that. So the Bitcoin was left in the account, kind of just leave it there without think of it because I was busy with my life. And after around like 2020 when Bitcoin come up again, and I was and at that time I was kind of getting back on Bitcoin.
Okay, so 2020, you realized that, hey, I had some Bitcoin sitting there and totally forgot about it.
Yep.
I wish I could do that. I could just forget about money and, oh, yeah, you know. And when the boom hit, oh, do I got some Bitcoin stashed in there somewhere?
And that happened when I was in Shenzhen,
Mm-hmm.
which Bitman have the factory of Bitman is in Shenzhen, so it was easy to access on the crypto mining. So I at that time started because of that I started accessing for the mining machine and get to know much about mining machines and start trying crypto mining.
All
So
right.
at that time I kind of jumping into crypto mining industry.
Okay, so you started first mining. Was you mining solo or you mining in the pool?
But definitely with a pool. At that time, there were already tons of miners are running. So it's the chance of mining solo to get Bitcoin is like so little.
Hey, let me interrupt with a question. So what was the first model and hash rate of your very first miner? And did you mine it at home or did you put it at a hosting?
The first miner I got is it's an old model. It's S9. And at the time I started using the miners was I used that model to try a little bit because mine is expensive and that S9 is one of the cheapest miner I can access at the time. So I bought one and tried to run it at home to try to figure out how it works, how to set up the mining pool, how to set up the wallets and everything. Connect the mining pool to the wallet. So yeah, pretty much S9 was the first model I accessed.
Was it like the 13 terahash one?
I think it's 13.5.
13.5. Now we're selling like 140, 150 terahash.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. That was a lovely Lena you heard back there. So, from your first miner to you see the industry at, forgot about it. You made a change from living in Florida back to China just to get a different environment. And 2020 came around. In 2021, the boom hit. The boom hit. We full blown bear market. At that time, what made you say, "Hey, I want to open up and start selling miners"?
I would say I feel like we need to let more people to get into crypto world and mining. I think mining is the easiest, one of the easiest way for people to get a more physical concept of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Because if you just buy cryptocurrency from the exchange or from the Coinbase, it's not like some physical things you can you can touch, you can feel it.
It's just a number.
It's just a kind of number in your account. But when you mine it, you kind of get a real idea of how the Bitcoin is created and generated, and you have more sense of physical concept of it.
Okay, so even out here, when I talk to people, I talk to individuals out here, they still don't know about crypto mining. They still thinking it from the exchange point. Oh, I go to Coinbase, Binance US, Kraken and stuff like that before they was FTX before they were taken away. They still don't understand that notion of it. So we know crypto mining is a niche market. Do you find it difficult to spread the word about crypto mining?
What?
Because people still not understanding the true value of the trading platform?
So that's the first thing. The other thing is, I don't think any country would support crypto because it is a threat to its own currency. That's the only currency is basically how government can control its economy. Basically, that's the easiest way for them. The interest, and taking in taxes. Crypto allowed a lot of people to go around taxes. It allows people, and I do feel that when a lot of the first investors in crypto, when they bought Bitcoin or when they traded Bitcoin, when the policies were not fully set up, there were a lot of loopholes for a lot of the money that was made. And when people in power realize that money is slipping through their fingers, they will find ways to put a bad name on it. And yes, there are definitely, so I do think that there are definitely, money laundering and whatever. There are a whole bunch of bad deeds that are done with crypto. There were no crypto back then, but there are ways to launder money with traditional banking. There are ways to launder money. Doesn't really matter there are ways for the bad guys to do whatever they need. And so I don't think that's really a reason that people should use to try to demolish crypto. We should think of ways to implement better regulations so that it can be a win-win for everyone, right? But the easiest way would be just to say, hey, this thing is horrible, it's bad. Let's not do this. Let's just avoid it completely. And I do think that's a wrong way to go because it is the frontier of new technology. It is when you discourage new technology, you are actually hurting the development of society, of in this case, development of economy almost. But I do understand that crypto does put a threat on a lot of the big money and traditional money. I know none of the banks, I've been to several banks, none of the banks would touch anything crypto related. Like when it comes to loans, if you own a crypto related company and you want to expand your company and you ask the bank for a loan, which we have done that at btminers. We have inventory of miners as collateral. We have hosting facility. We have a whole bunch of stuff that we can use as collateral. But simply because we have the word crypto in our business description, they completely turn us down. And I feel that that's not just their lack of trust in this industry, but their fear in this industry. They don't want it to develop.
Is that it could be the fear of being volatile?
That's true. That's true too. It is volatile. We can. That's why I think KC and I we have discussed about this issue, about this topic. We think that it's good that we are seeing more regulation in crypto. We are seeing more people, getting caught for the wrongdoing, like Sam Bankman-Fried, okay, fine.
All different kind of cryptocurrencies with all different kind of functionings, but security is still play important roles in this world, for especially for people to trust it. And for nowadays, we still see a lot of fraud in cryptocurrency.
As
And all
the
these
people
issues,
who
I think,
depend on the currency, but they
play
don't make us much.
No matter what kind of.
But they don't make us much wage. And the other thing is, because we live in US, there are the Fed and the DC, basically, they do make policies so that we would feel less of the inflation. I mean, we already felt bad about how much grocery costs, but it can easily be worse for the smaller countries who are dependent on US dollars. And for El Salvador, I do think Bitcoin is an outlet from that, to not be so dependent on this one single currency who is pretty much ruling the global economy. On my way back from mining Disrupt a few months ago, and so this nice old lady, she was asking me, hey, what do you do for a living? And I said, I work in the crypto industry. And she said, what is crypto? And I said, well, it's a virtual coin, but you can trade it and it's worth a lot of money. Bitcoin is worth, I forgot what was valued at the time, but it was worth a lot of money, and people will buy and trade, and it's like, it's similar to stocks. You buy when it's low, you sell when it's high. And then she said, it's virtual, so it's like, is it money? And I said, it's kind of like money, you can sell it for money. And she asked, well, why would people want to buy it? And I said, well, there's value to it. And then she said, well, that's like Mario coins. Why do I want to spend that much money on Mario coins? And I do think that for a lot of the older generation, they are less accepting to change. So we have also noticed that majority of our clients are in that. I'm going to be very specific with demographics for our clients. Typically male. I think we can both agree.
Yes.
Casey and I, we look, and they are generally people in their, they can go as young as in their late 20s to as old as maybe, well, I mean, some of them are older, but majority of them will be people who are in their, I would say like late 40s will be the general range. So our clients are typically people who are technologically advanced, in mindset at least, and very accepting of new technology, yet at the same time, they do have a little bit of money for buying crypto, buying miner. So they have very solid income, and then they decided that they want to invest in crypto miners. So I think to the younger generation, it will be easier to push. They understand coding, they understand blockchain a little bit better. And then there are the older folks who are more traditional. And they prefer to stick with what has been tried and true. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Hey, Johnny. So we're going to talk about different factors of mining repair. And the first one, people get asked a lot about overheating. What's some of the factors that contribute to overheating in a miner?
There are a lot of reasons that may cause the overheating. First of all, insufficient cooling. So mining rigs generate a lot of heat, right? If the cooling system, like the fans or heat sinks, is fails, it can lead overheating. So make sure you have all the heat things on the hashboard, and that's the first reason. And second one is the high ambient temperature. Placing the mining rig in a high temperature environments, such as like under the direct light or in a small space, can cause overheating issues. Like for us, we do mining in the open area, so make sure it is cool. The cooler the better. So, and the third reason is continuous operation. Running the miner continuously, especially in high performance mode, may cause overheating. So to be honest, we should usually run the miner like in normal mode, not high performance mode, which may cause overheating. And another one, hardware failure, which is the most important reason. Internal hardware malfunctions in the rig, such as issue with the power supply or chips, can also lead to overheating. So for us, when I do repair, the material tin we use is for the melting point is 183 degree in Celsius. So the normal miner, they ran about 90 degree, but in some specific area, it could goes up to like 200 Celsius. So make sure you have cool environment. The cooler the better, right? And another reason is dust. So dust can block cooling system and reduce cooling efficiency. This is really important. So when I do repair, I see a lot of dust and bugs and mosquitoes and spiders in the inside the miner, and it will block the heat sink. So that's the why it may cause overheating. And yeah. And another reason is the unstable or high voltage. So unstable voltage can cause components of mining rigs to overheat. Make sure you have 220 to 240 volts for miner, for different miners. For example, for N miner, we should use 220, and for other use 110 or something else. Make sure you have the correct stable voltage for your miner. So that's pretty much all the reason for overheating.
All right, you mentioned dust is a main factor, and spacing. So let's say I have a shed in my backyard, small tight shed. Is it ideal to put a miner in that shed?
We could do that, but make sure you have wind from one side of the miner and to the another side of the miner, so it will go all the way cooling the system, the miner. Yeah. That should be good.
Yeah, because I see a lot of influencers that's on YouTube that has these sheds, and some are cooled properly, but others, it seems like you just pack them in there just to turn the buck.
Yeah, so make sure you have that in a range shelf, like do it one by one. Give it one miner a little bit space, and it will cool. It will help you to cool the system better.
All right. So Johnny, we also experience hash rate drops while we tested in here, and also when we test with the videos, we notice some of the miners dropping hash rate. Why is that?
So there are some reasons that hash rate drops. First of all, I'm thinking is the hardware issues, like failure or malfunctioning of mining hardware components can lead to a significant drop in the hash rate. So especially chips, when you see, you can see from the dashboard, you can see one or two chips are down, then the hash rate will drop. And also, sometimes you can see from the dashboard, which I know I can see from the log, it shows the LDO, which is power supply for one specific chip. That small thing, that small material goes down, then it will cause the hash rate like drop a little bit. And try to restart the miner, and if it's not working, and cause we can do a repair. And the second reason I think is the overheating. As we just said, if the mining hardware overheats, they may like reduce the performance to prevent damage, resulting in a reduced hash rate. So overheating may cause the hash rate drops. And make sure you have your cooling system is fine, and make sure all the heat sinks are on your hash board. And yeah, make sure your environment is really cool, like about room temperature is fine, and don't make it too high. Then number three, network difficulties. Increases in network difficulty reduce the efficiency of its existing mining hardware. So make sure you have your network fine and it's working, and make sure the wire fully plugged it in. And yeah, network is also really important. And number four, power. So insufficient power supply can also cause mining to like the hash rate drops. For when I do repair, first of all, the first thing I test is the power supply. Make sure it is stable, and it can provide like about 14 voltage for every chip. And number five, software problem. Issues with mining software or firmware updates can negatively impact mining efficiency. So sometimes when the software is really old, and we can do a maintenance, or we can uh, do a update about your firmware. And another one is internet. So poor or unstable internet, like we just said, it can disrupt the mining process, affecting the hash rate. This make sure network internet is there are two most important reasons that may cause the hash rate drops. And number seven, this happens to most people when they see a hash drop. It is the mining pool issues. Problem with mining pool like server time down or misconfiguration can also lead to a drop in hash rate. So sometimes they have like maintenance or they have updates can temporarily reduce the hash rate. So make sure your pool are fine, and make sure you have the correct worker name, correct pool, and if you see a drop, and you can try to reset, call us, we can help you to reset miner and reset all the pool, all the worker name, and then restart the miner, and see if it works. Don't start it too many times, like give it 5 minutes to cool it down, and start another one. That should be fine. So that's are the some reason that may cause the hash rate drop.
Johnny, what's some of the environmental factors we should consider for our miner?
There are some factors that we need to consider when we do mining. First of all, I would say temperature control. So, like maintain mining rates within the ideal operating temperature range, which perfectly between 20 degree in Celsius to 30 degree in Celsius. This is about like room temperature, which is a perfect temperature for miners. And also equipment use efficient cooling solutions like high power fans or heat sinks or liquid cooling system, which is like I think it's a minor S21, right? And for when you have like a perfect room, like room temperature, and you have air, you have all the stuff, it should be good. But if you don't have the room temperature, like if you in Texas, which is really hot there, you the room temperature is about like 40 degrees Celsius. So in that place, you should have a first of all, you should have a better fan, and you should have a better heat sink, and sometimes you can use the liquid to cooling the system. And for us, when we do mining in room temperature, the miner's temperature is about the highest is about 80 degrees in Celsius, but I'm not sure if in Texas it will goes up like to 90. So if the miner arrives 90 degrees, it will reduce the hash rate, and sometimes it will burn the miner. So make sure your miner is lower than 90 degree and don't go too high. And the second thing is the humidity control. So ideal humidity is about 45 to 55, which can prevent static electronic and corrosion. Corrosion is really bad thing that happens on miners, and if the humidity is too high, you can see a lot of corrosion on the miner or on the outside miner or even inside the miner. It will burn the chip. So make sure you have all the humidity about like 45 to 55 degree percent. Sorry, and when I say electricity, this is also important. When I do repair, I usually wear gloves, which can prevent the electricity, which may burn the material that inside the miner. So like capacitor or resistor, these are really small. They are 33 ohms resistor, which is really important. So wear gloves when you do mining. When you like moon miners or when you like open the miner, use gloves. And third thing is the dust. So regular clean dust from inside and outside the mining rigs, and especially the fans and the heat sinks. For us, we do not recommend you to open the miner, but from the outside the miner, you can clean the dust from the fans, from the power supply, from the control board, which is supply. If you see a lot of dust from the hashboard, we can make appointment where we can do a maintenance that open the miner and clean all the dust from the hashboard. And yeah, another factor that we should consider is the airflow. So we should have good air circulation. So when you do mining, you make sure your wind is go from one side to another side. This is the best cooling system. And okay. And when you do mining, you probably usually people have a lot of miners. So when you put them on the shelf, you should give one miner a little bit of space. Like one miner is like this big, and then you should leave another this space, and here you can put another miner. So first of all, it will help you to cool the miner, and also it will prevent the electricity that may damage the both miner. And yeah, this is the physical space. Ensure each mining rig has ample space to prevent overheating and interferences.
Everyone, this has been the Crypto Fix, presented by btminers, your place for everything crypto. I'm your man, Ant. Again, I want to give a special thank you to our guest, KC. Without him, we wouldn't be here. Let's clap it up for KC. Until next time, happy mining.